Ki khubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Orange Nissan Lumso po near Fire Brigade Shnong.
Admissions are open at BDW International School. Enroll now.
Myntri Rangbah Jelau Konrad ke Sangma Haga Khatsau Tarik Benai Rempang Arjar Arpuar Ula Plie Paiba ya ke Yo Dorbar Shnong Haga Shnong Malki Kapala Shna Haga Dong Karmalki Harengkat ke Jingsa Hilang Jongga MLA Jongga East Shillong Constituency ke Dr. M. Amperin Lengdo UMDC Jongga Malki Laimkra Constituency Uba Fantin J. Lakadong Ki Rangbah Dong Bat Ki Paiba Nong Shong Shnong Jongga Shnong Malki Haswaban penkot ya kejing yalang Myntri Rangbah ula IT ya usyabi syaki arhusan ngut kinongsong dukan hapok kani gayo
jing dan lang rengkat jong pi hakane kejing yalang jong mentakasni rengkat bat I Myntri Rangbah jong kejela kejong I Shri Konrad Sangma ngamla klem deken mau watla im dan hang ni iba offline doling iba prang ya kejingla jong iru bain ya rap lem yengi bangin ya poi syakani kesngi ban Plie padba ya kidukan lagi binta kinong shong shnong ngirawan lam ki prepaid meters ngi kilong very successful hang niru kanumdon kata ka burden of pending bills haka MECL shi hajar ngo iba war ibalawan man bangidon kam banyarap ini iru iladai wayu bodlom banyarap man purulong ban nganganget baladai chief minister I alingi kakti kadiang kakti kaman ban ai diang syakach nong Malki ya ka jinglong try hakati ka jaka banginyo ipat bangin tay sa kayo Malki kishenrong jong kayo Malki syadin kiladon ki structures ki long ready henry ka don ka will ken together we can do it but nganganget bangan sayat syakata kathong bantek banginang penha ya kani ka chnong ka thang thau ka jongpi ngadon ru ka jingang not ka banado ka donot balada don ka chance bapin ayang ka jaka ka puta bangin taypat sa kayeng na ka bantaki nong shong shnong kibam don jaka puta kibam don kanu ka jingmi kibam ju pos neo panyo ya ka yeng halar ka klik ka jongki ban re ban daya ki bat ki yeng ki sem ka jongki na uslap na ka kriat na ka leer lada ka nong mansong project ka odlong ngangangay bahang ni hamalki ladaya bet lang ladaya perkat lang kataru lesi hakoy kasngi ngin sala bat pun odlong sa the Norman Song project has been such a successful project. Through your office, we were able to also begin accommodation of urban poor people in at least 7 buildings there in Norman Song. We hope one day that if the Dorbar of Malki so wishes to, we can look at a similar project for them. Because there are too many poorest of the poor who are deserving of such an opportunity like those living in Lankra are beneficiaries of today. There is so much we can do, sir, so much we can plan, so much we can think of to build this community, to strengthen every family. And I know that with my working with you, nothing is impossible. There is no harm, sir, in piping a beautiful dream. Doesn't matter if partially those dreams are fulfilled through your hands and through my hands. But I know that together we can build, we can make things happen, and we can ensure that whatever we do not for ourselves or our fame or our name, but we do it for generation next who will all remember the good things that we do for them.
That I was surprised when Myntri had mentioned that I am the first Chief Minister to come to this locality. So that in itself is something that makes me feel indeed very privileged and very happy. And it just so happens that in the past 3 days, I have covered Garo Hills, Chente Hills, and today I'm in Shnong city. And there are about 4 locations that I've visited where I have been the not just the first chief minister, but also the first minister to ever go to those villages. So it's been a first time for me in this last 4 days. So it means a lot to me when somebody tells me that I'm the first person or the first chief minister to have entered this location. But more importantly, it gives me indeed a great pleasure to be part of a program like this. And I was just telling your Honorable MLA that we have many big programs. We have many programs in which there are thousands of people who attend, and projects that are very huge in quantity and in the amounts that are spent on it. But today's program, I would say, is one of the most meaningful programs that I've been to. And the reason I say that is because whatever we are doing here today is going to change the lives of people. It's going to make a difference in the livelihood of these individuals and their families who have benefited from this small yet such a meaningful program and such a meaningful project. I must take this opportunity to congratulate and thank Kong Ampurin Lingdo for having taken such an initiative. I actually feel very awkward coming here because I feel like a typical politician, you know, where somebody else does all the hard work and I just come and start distributing the keys and look as if I'm taking all the credit. So it's very odd, but I do thank her for having invited me to be part of this wonderful celebration, I should say, where we'll be celebrating the lives and the livelihood of these 25 individuals and their families who will be beneficiaries of this project. Kong Ampurin Lingdo's family and my family go way back. I remember there was about a year back, if I'm not wrong, Kong Ampurin had sent me one photograph of one picture that was clicked, I think, about 30 years back. And it was difficult for me to recognize who the people in the picture were. But after a hard look, I could make out it was, I think, Kong Ampurin, James, and Christy, my sister. They were all, I think, less than 4 years old, 3 years old. This was in the Delhi residence when both Kong Ampurin's father, late Peter Marbanyang, and my father, late P. Sangma, they were colleagues in the parliament. And that time, it's from that time that we know each other. So it's really indeed a great honor for me here to be together with Kong Ampurin, to share the stage with her and have this wonderful program. So thank you very much, Kong Ampurin, for inviting me here to be part of this beautiful celebration. You know, this reminds me of one book I think most of you must have read. And that book, it's by, if I'm not wrong, it's by E.F. Schumacher. It talks about small things being beautiful. And it really talks about how it's not always the big things that matter, or it's not always that large projects or large things that we do are always sustainable. It is the beauty in the small things that sometimes matter the most. And I think it's so appropriate today when I look back and think back about what I read in those books, and seeing this important project here today of implementing these shops, and in such an innovative manner where you have covered the drain, and therefore you're utilizing the land and the space in the most appropriate manner. You're also protecting the stream in one way by ensuring that people don't dump garbage into it. And I think it's a very innovative project. And let me assure the Rangbah Shnong and the locality people that if there is any way in which I can further contribute to this marketplace, I would be very happy to do so. And I would discuss that with the Honorable MLA and also with the Rangbah Shnong and the rest of the members of the Dorbar on how that could be done. At the same time, I was discussing with the local MLA, and she was mentioning that there are certain projects and certain markets and For example, the Malki market, which also are lying unfinished. And if there can be support from the government side to complete that, I would definitely look into that and work along with our local MLA to see how we could take that project forward also, so that we can create more livelihood for the people of this locality and of Shillong city as a whole. So in the last 4-5 days itself, we have really been able to touch the livelihood of more than 7,000 families in the last 4 days. And truly, as I said, this project today which we are seeing is a continuation of what I've been doing in the last 3 days. But this is so meaningful, as I said, it creates a direct livelihood for the people. And I must say this model needs to be replicated in other parts of the city. And I must share this idea with others. And I hope that other MLAs also follow the great example that the Dorbar out here has shown, that the local MLA and the local MDC have shown, on how innovation and utilization of space, utilization of limited resources could yet be used in such an efficient manner to be able to create such great livelihood for the people. So it's a great example, and I must once again congratulate each and every one of you for it. Along with this, I do also take this opportunity to also encourage our Dorbar and also the people living in this area, that it is very important, as was mentioned by Kong Ampreen, that we need to come together and work together in order to take our locality and our city and our state forward. Shillong is a very historic location. Shillong has got a beauty that is unmatched in any other part of the northeast and in fact in the country. And therefore, in these last 50 years, as we look back, there have been large number of things that could have been avoided or could have been done differently to ensure that we maintain Shillong in a much better manner. I would like to urge all of you that we need to come together like we came together for COVID, like we come together whenever there's a law and order situation. We need to come together in order to ensure that we are able to take back Shillong to its historic beauty that it always had. And we can do that by working together, by maintaining the cleanliness that has to be there. Government of Meghalaya has started a unique project of beautification, where we are giving financial support to the localities so that they can have cleaning projects, they can have beautification projects, they can have painting projects of their own being done by the people of the locality. And I would be happy to give extra effort and support to localities which make extra effort. So I am very much open to the idea. Many localities have done it, and I would urge that all localities should come together in order to work so that we can really take Shillong to its really glorious days in terms of our cleanliness, and make Shillong one of the best cities, if not in the whole country, at least in the northeast, in terms of our cleanliness, in terms of our beautification. But the uncertainty which we faced, the risks that we faced, the health hazards that we faced, and the safety for citizens that was at question, was something that we had to keep in mind and keep the health, the lives and the safety of our people as priority. And hence there were challenges, but I thank you all for the support that you showed during those difficult times. The way that the communities came together was unprecedented, and in fact even the Honorable Prime Minister, even the other organizations like WHO have really mentioned about the way the community participation in Shillong and in Meghalaya had come together to fight the COVID-19 pandemic that we had. And all the other dignitaries on the dais, and once again would like to congratulate the beneficiaries who have benefited from this project. And I'm sure that this small but beautiful project that has been initiated by the Honorable MLA will go a long way in transforming the lives of the individuals and the families involved in it.